What's up, y'all? Ari here, back at you once again in another video. I hope all is well with you today. In this video, let's discuss how you spark changes in everything and everyone around you with your vibe. You are a whole vibe chosen one. You bring the vibe and you take it with you when you leave. But while you're there, your vibe sets the tone for the environment. You change things. You uplift the vibe no matter what it was like before you got there. It's your energy, it's your spirit, and it's not just limited to certain places. This can happen anywhere you go because your presence makes a big difference, a big impact. Certain things just shift when you show up. And this is happening because you have been chosen to be a change agent sent by God. You are tapping into your higher inner self and the divine. So it makes you a different type of powerful, and it makes your energy and your vibe very, very potent. You have the type of vibe that people actually want to be around. They want to just soak it in, just being around you. But people sure feel it when you pull back. They feel it when you're not there. The shift that you bring with your vibe when you come through adds value, and it actually becomes needed in certain places and in many situations because your vibe is healing, it's uplifting, it's inspiring, and it's not about your look. It's just you have a certain vibe, and it's something about your personality that really makes you stand out from the rest. You're just being your authentic self, and it's changing people's vibe. You change their whole mood. There could have been a disagreement going on between multiple people before you arrived, but then you show up in a good mood, and then suddenly you might notice they calm down. They might even start laughing with each other again because they realize it wasn't that serious. And this is all because of the vibe you are on. That's how much you shift the things that are going on around you. Your vibe is so powerful that it's contagious. The shift you bring with your vibe is sparking changes in people, whether they like it or not, whether they're ready or not. It's just bound to happen if they are around you long enough. They can't help it because it will naturally happen. You will notice some people might be around you long enough and then they might start wanting to go back to school, or suddenly they might want to start a new business. They may start wanting to read books when they're not even a person that usually reads unless they have to. They may want to love themselves better. They may want to have more confidence. All of a sudden, they want to make more money. They want bigger things out of life, things that they never even thought of before. And it's all of a sudden because they were not having these type of thoughts and plans for their lives. They weren't. It's just all of a sudden because they have been around you, and that is the type of shift that your vibe causes when you are present. It's almost inevitable. You don't even have to try to be doing this, and you are still doing this with your vibe because you are the shift. You are the guiding light that is naturally guiding people towards what they should actually be doing instead of what they have been doing. Your frequency is so high that it shifts the minds of people and makes them want to do things. You get them started on their path to their divine purpose. Your vibe is making people want to level up. It's making people want to get to know God or get closer to God and have more faith. People all of a sudden just start wanting to be better people, all from your vibe. If you happen to leave, your vibe leaves people wanting more. It's because of how your vibe is making people feel. It becomes desired because it becomes so magnetic to people. It's like a cool breeze that comes through on a very hot summer day. People know and they can feel the value your energy holds, especially when you are in the presence of some good people or some people of God. It's the nostalgic something that was needed that people didn't even know was needed until you showed up. And it's steadily increasing because the more you become more connected with God, the more potent your vibe is getting to people. They can really, really feel it. That's why some people be looking at you like that. They are wondering how you are making them feel like that. You may encounter some people who haven't really thought bigger and broader thoughts about themselves before. They never explored any talents they may have, and they don't see themselves being able to do that. So, a vibe like yours can kind of aggravate some people. You can't please everyone with your vibe, and that's to be expected. But there are some people like that. They will get so mad at you, you could just be standing there. But regardless, you have been walking, you have been talking, you have been being the energy, being the vibe that you want to attract. Your vibe is the shift that the world is needing. The world needs more people like you to make changes, positive changes. You create and embody a vibe that is important for necessary change. Most people don't like to give you the credit for the massive, impactful shift that your vibe starts, but you can already see it for yourself. You could see the changes in people. You could clearly see that certain people were not like that before. This is what you are doing for people simply by showing up. The difference you make with your vibe is life changing. Some of these people's lives will never be the same in the best ways. It's because of how your vibe is affecting them. And people don't even have to necessarily be around you for your vibe to affect them. They could just watch you long enough and you can still affect them with your vibe. Many people you encounter will never forget you because of this and will continue to crave your presence again. If nothing else, just to feel uplifted, just to feel healed, just to feel inspired, just to feel understood because you are a no judgment zone with your vibe and people really love that. It makes them feel like you are home. You represent home to people. And there's no place like home. If there's some people who are no longer in your life for whatever reason, they will miss this about your vibe because when they were around you, you felt like home. They can go all around the world and encounter many different people, but your missing presence will be felt because you were home. There could be people that they could have a roof over their head and still feel homeless without your presence because you were home. You are the vibe. You are the main carrying energy of the household or of the friend group or maybe even of the work environment. Sometimes people reject your vibe because they don't want to accept what you have to add, just to discover later that it's actually needed. It's very much a necessity and it can't be duplicated. Only you can create that vibe and that shift that happens with people when you are in the mix. Other people could sit right next to them all day long and it still wouldn't do anything. They wouldn't feel anything. There would be no shift. It's you. You play such a major role in society, even if you're a loner. It's because you are not like most people. You are one of God's chosen ones, and there's not many chosen ones compared to the general public. You are rare, and this is why you are so often misunderstood. People cannot understand this about you right away. They don't always understand your vibe. It takes them a while to feel you out and really appreciate you for the vibe and energy that you bring. They realize the purpose you serve. Even if they had no idea before, they begin to realize how important you are with your vibe because your vibe is the glue that is holding certain things together. Without you in the mix to be the guiding light for certain things, it will fall apart or something will just always be missing. And certain changes will never take place because your vibe isn't there to balance things out. So anytime you are rejected from something, you wind up being that missing piece to the puzzle, to the shift that was going on in that particular area or with that person. You are that missing piece. But when you are around, you effortlessly influence people. You are an influencer, regardless of being on a platform like this or not. You still influence people with your vibe. It's really a privilege to have ongoing access to you as a person due to the value your vibe provides. So don't listen to those that may be trying to make you feel otherwise, those that may try to make you feel less important. It's not true. Your impact with your vibe and whatever they bring to the table It's simply two different things. It shouldn't really be compared, it's just different. The shift that you spark with your vibe is very unique. So, having this type of power of influence with your vibe requires you to be more picky about the places you choose to go, as well as the people that you allow around you, since not everybody is going to appreciate your vibe the right way. It puts you in a position where you need to be more careful than the average person while still not holding back or hiding your greatness. It's a great day when you are who you are and you go where you go, especially when all that's around you goes with the flow because you create a shift with your vibe. Be sure to check me out on Patreon for more exclusive content from me. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll be back soon. Peace.